it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with another specific message. This might be picking up on your situation. It might not. So take this however it resonates. Okay, this message is a bit of a doozy. I've got a card here that says home on it, and right next to that, I've got a card that says hookup. We've got fear at the bottom of the deck, afraid, uneasy, suspicion, scared. So it's safe to say that something not so great has been going on here behind the scenes. I think it's been going on for a while, to be honest, for a lot of these people, but all of this is in the process of being found out. I think somebody here could have walked in on somebody cheating on them. If it's not something so solid yet, I do think there's a strong suspicion. I just heard whose cup is that? So somebody could have come across something in their home environment that was amiss, or it was like off kilter. I think for a lot of these people, it is happening in their home. If not, it's an environment that they are extremely familiar with. They also could have discovered some kind of an artifact, like piece of clothing or something they know didn't belong to them, and it, aroused some kind of suspicion in them. It made them afraid of what that meant was going on. But I think they're keeping that very close to their chest while they're confirming their suspicions. And this is a person who might be going through, messages or somebody's phone, call logs, checking security camera footage, or getting one of those hidden cameras, catching somebody here in the act. But I do feel like this is in the process of being found out. I'm wondering for a lot of you if this isn't connected to the specific message that I put out yesterday that was all about somebody who wanted to have their cake and eat it too. And basically they did that because they're an excellent liar. Like they just I just heard they're used to doing that. So this is very habitual with this person. They're just very used to lying. But this is a specific kind of lying where it's very fantastical. They kind of weave together this like fairy tale fantasy illusion that kind of, just like a siren's call, kind of lulls you to sleep. So this person's very good at painting a certain picture, a certain illusion about themselves. I am also hearing facade management. I think this person presents themselves in a very specific way. They associate themselves with certain traits. I just heard quirks, habits, interests. They very much associate themselves with certain things in order to put people's guard down. Because you know how like traits kind of cluster together? This is a person who wants to come off like maybe sweeter than pie or spiritual because they figured out that if they position themselves a certain way that nobody even ever like suspects them of being capable of basically cheating on somebody, or even wanting that, right? So very strong illusion energy, but I'm hearing future faking. This is a person who's very good at future faking or painting some kind of fantasy of, the life that you could have together or that you do have together, the home that they want, and, what's going on here. This is a person who very much leads by illusion. Now, there's a few different reasons why I think you could have been drawn in here where like this is like resonating with you as your message. The first is obvious, like where this is something that's going on like in your home. You're kind of discovering this, you're finding this out here for yourself. But there is another group here that I want to point out where somebody basically is getting their karma for the way they treated you in the past, and you're just being alerted to this in some kind of way, because I'm seeing the Lovers card energy like way in the past. So this could have been somebody that you were in love with, or like you had a lot of love for you, and they could have done this same thing to you. For a lot of you, I think that's exactly what happened. Like they cheated on you, even if it didn't get that far, because maybe you caught this person in a lie before that. At the very least, this is how they approached you. This whole fantasy illusion, pretending to be one thing so that they could have their cake and eat it too. But the thing is, like when this person was doing it to you, they didn't see anything wrong with it. It's kind of like a strong compartmentalization. They did love you. It's like they thought, well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her, or like what he doesn't know won't hurt him kind of thing. They really thought that they could maintain that difference and that it was no harm, no foul if you just didn't know what was going on. So if that's the case, I think this person could have been getting their karma so that, they know what it feels like and why we don't do that. But for some of you, I think you reverse Uno'd this situation where this person has been forced to live out the scenario that they were setting up for you to live out. But you could have like sidestepped this karma, and now this person is living this out with another person. And part of what they're learning in this doesn't hold true if you're the person that's being cheated on and you do not have a history of cheating or something. Like that's a different thing. But this person who's getting karma, this was set up in such a way, they built a home with this person, okay? They made some steps towards investing in this person, investing in a future with this person. I think they were living together. They could have just moved in together, or they thought that they were establishing a home, so they were combining finances. They were maybe buying furniture together. They thought that they were going to have like half the bills. So they planned their budgeting for like a year out. They built on it. They realized they built on a lie. They realized they built on some kind of faulty foundation. And they're realizing what's wrong with that. Okay, so some of you, I think you could be getting a glimpse of a future here that you were spared from with this person. And this person has been made to kind of like live this out here with another person. And the feelings that are coming up inside of them towards this person who has now done this to them is helping them to see what was wrong with their behavior all along, because they're realizing, well, this person's a liar. The person that they thought they were in love with, that's a fantasy. That person doesn't exist. I'm hearing things like, I wouldn't have moved in with you. I wouldn't have felt this way about you. You manufactured this in me. You weren't being honest. I never would have done this, this, and this. You gave me hope. You sold me a lie. Like there's some kind of like deep irony about like what is going on and what's playing out here. I think for a lot of you, especially if this is like a masculine energy and they did this to like somebody else here. Now, for those of you where you don't have a history of doing that and this is all kind of playing out, I think this is teaching you in a really hard way. This is a hard learning curve. This is a hard lesson. You're learning, I think, about your own value and that you have to protect yourself because you are valuable, that there are people who will try to kind of like get off of you and like leech off of that value, and you have to protect yourself. I just heard from liars and tigers and bears, oh my. Because again, like, yeah, this is something about like you have to vet for that kind of like liar energy. You could be learning about that. And it could be that there was red flags here in the past that now you can like see very, very clearly. But yeah, I do think that something has been karmic or been like a strong wake up call here. It's very much been, it's a very physical, like kind of visceral sort of a lesson here. So yeah, somebody has been cheating and somebody has found that out. So that's what I have. This is a really intense message. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else. Quicksand, do not pass go, do not pass, red light. Yeah. So if this is a karmic situation too, I think this person is realizing what they had with you and that they really should not have squandered that opportunity when it presented itself to them. And they're learning how important it is to be forthright. So that's all I have for you guys. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.